he was just like, yo, like no matter how hard I try, like it's like never enough. Like I just like bad shit just keeps happening. Like I don't know what's going on, and I had to just tell him like, and one of my other friends was talking to him too, but I was just telling him like, it's not really meant for you to understand the why, but like to dwell on the why. If you want to understand the why and try to fix it for the future, then okay. But if it's something that's just like something that just keeps putting you down, or just you're trying to do something and then just something happens, then it's like you can't dwell on why. You just have to see it and then move accordingly, and then try to just become better next time, or try to just see it in a different perspective, because I see negative situations in a different perspective now, because I just figured that if I look at it in one side, I'm gonna just see that one side in everything forever. But once you kind of flip it, and then it's like, okay, I prayed to have peace and to be more happy and welcoming towards my customers. I'm just speaking for myself. So when I go outside and I get dragged by a bus, am I supposed to still be positive and peaceful, or do I go beat up the bus driver? Right?
Yeah.
So then I had to really sit and ask myself, like, you prayed for this. You prayed for peace. So now you just got into a bus accident. Calm down. Don't get angry. Get happy. Because you're okay for the most part. You can still speak, you know. So I called the cops, I called the ambulance, and I just sat down. I just breathed, you know. But my old self probably would have spazzed out. You're like, what? You trying to drag me to all this extra stuff, not even realizing that I got 2 misaligned discs and a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
You know, because emotions could just really a quick emotions can mess up lifetime work and just growth.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Spilling Wine. I'm your host, Kelly, and today I'm here with my friend, Jay Quick.
What's up, guys? What's up?
It's been a long time since I've asked you to be on the podcast. And
yes.
We're finally making it happen.
Yes, definitely. Season 2?
Season 2?
I thought we were on season 2. It's been
I don't do seasons, but
I feel like if anything, right now, season 2 begins.
Sure.
I'm the first episode.
Sure. Episode 1 with Jay Quick.
You've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
a year
when she's saying, when she first started, I was supposed to be a guest, but that never got to happen. You know, we were two busy people. So, but finally we got our times aligned.
Right.
So we're here.
Right.
Happy about that.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. But it is the start of Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're going to be discussing mental health, and you also do music.
Yeah.
I'm a singer as well. That's kind of how we connected. And
honestly, if you really want to get into it.
Wait, I actually have the story time of when I met you, for real.
Okay, because I don't know what you remember. I know what I remember.
Okay.
I feel like that always happens. Like two people have two different types of memories on how you first met.
Yeah.
But I met you when you were at Pearson Pagoda. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page. Yeah, so.
And you came up to me with a flyer.
Yeah, because I was working at K Jewelers at the time, and they sent me to go around handing out flyers. And then I saw you, and I was like, oh, this is the person that actually got me interested in working in jewelry.
Really?
Yeah. I told you
No way.
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you were making music at first. So
Yeah.
I known you from that, you know, and you know, Kelly had like over 10K followers already on the island. So Kelly's popping. Kelly's lit. Right? So, you know, people keep watch, we keep in tabs, right? And then like I said, she makes music. So I was looking for
I was recording covers on YouTube and
stuff like that. So that's why I look for artists that, you know, potential features and things like that. So when I saw you diverge into jewelry, I was just like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. And then COVID hit as well. So I was an essential worker doing direct support professionalism with individuals with mental disabilities. So I was doing that, but doing unemployment, I had to actively look for a job. So I'm just scrolling through Instagram and I see you at Pearson Pagoda, and I'm like, let me look for some jewelry jobs real quick on Indeed. K Jewelers was hiring. They contacted me back, and then that's how that happened. And then I saw you there in person.
That's interesting. I never knew that.
Moment. Yeah.
But mental health is a shared interest of ours.
Definitely.
If you guys don't know, I was in a pageant. I competed in Miss New York Teen USA, and my platform was mental health. And I collabed with my friend Jack. He owns Friendship Lights, which is like a a charm that lights up, and you make a wish, you pull the thing out, and it's like a necklace. It's really cool. So
That's
he
cool.
had me design my own. Like I drew it up and everything. I did a butterfly with a mental health ribbon, and I went and donated them to like mental hospitals and stuff.
I think you mentioned that. You mentioned that.
Yeah, it's
that
on my Instagram.
That was a while ago, right?
Yeah, I was 20, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
No, actually, I was 19 because teen pageant. I was 19.
Got you.
But
just
yeah,
made the cut.
Exactly. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Why not?
Hey, but you did something amazing with it too.
Yeah.
At the time there.
It was my first pageant, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and you made your mark.
Yeah, it's cool, but mental health has always been a passion of mine.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's always been something that as society, you know, for men it's a little harder, but you don't really realize it, or I didn't realize it until I got into like maybe high school a little bit. When you start talking, I'm very expressive, so when I express myself and I was talking about my emotions, people kind of looked at me like, you're doing too much.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, or like, I don't care, or things like that. It was like, okay, but like, how can I navigate this? Like, am I not supposed to express myself, or am I expressing myself in the wrong way? So then I had to kind of just figure that out. Like, society isn't supposed to dictate how you express yourself. Everybody's different, but we all kind of feel the same things.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we kind of just have to figure out how to express ourselves. Just don't think, oh, don't do it at all.
Yeah.
You know, just keep trying to look for that outlet. So mine was music at first. I thought that I was going to be the best R&B singer in the world. And I got into a bus accident, right?
When was that?
This was last year, 2024, February 25th at 6:35 p.m. on Marsh Avenue and Elmwood Place. Why do I remember this? Because I'm suing the MTA. Yeah,
You told me that.
Yeah, so that's why it's just locked in.
So this is off topic, but I was involved in a lawsuit too. They make you tell the story over and over and over again, right?
It was like, my lawyer, I'm not gonna lie, he was pretty cool. God rest his soul. He did happen to pass away.
What the hell?
Yeah, a lot of things happen. I'm not saying that with a smile, like that's not funny, but
So then what happened?
it's just like so many things happened. Case is still going. The case got transferred to the people that he was taught under.
Okay.
And they're cool people as well. My lawyer's name is Jared now, so I feel like, you know, everything happens for a reason, you know. But I just wish that my original lawyer didn't pass away, because like I said, he was a great guy, you know. Adon Dormani Law, like I said, God rest his soul, please.
Is that the one that got into the accident too?
He was driving, he was speeding.
God, he was so handsome.
Great guy.
God, I saw
he had
that.
2 kids, I believe, a wife.
Oh,
He was a young guy too.
yeah.
That's why I was just shocked. It was Labor Day.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it was insane. I honestly couldn't believe it when I saw his face posted, and I'm telling you, this is my lawyer. I'm seeing him. I'm talking to them. He's my guy. I see his face on SL Live. I'm thinking he just got an award or something. No, I'm like, what? So now,
Insane.
the trauma that I was feeling from the bus, okay, that's what really set me going to the mental health, because I had to find a way to express myself. You know, I felt like I didn't want to sing no more. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. Like, I'm hurt. My leg is out of commission. My back is out of commission. I had to get surgery. I don't know how long this is going to last. Like, I'm still going through the case right now, but luckily I'm still, like, I'm active again just a little bit. But
how bad were you injured?
I had a very bad sprained right ankle, okay, but I had 2 misaligned discs in my spine. So then with that, I had to get surgery, probably like 2 months after, or 3 months after the whole incident happened. So I'm still walking around with like a back brace,
what the hell,
stuff like that.
Oh my God.
And working too, because I was working at Solstice Sunglasses. So that just required me to stand there, or sit, because like I said, I had crutches and stuff. So they let me sit on a stool.
You didn't take off of work?
I needed the money. No, you know, it was like this was my first time suing anybody. Yeah, you know, I'm new to that world. I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna get a settlement. You know, all I know is that I need money. If I'm not working, I have no money. You know, if this is it. Like, and especially because I'm not working as frequent. You know, I was only working weekends in the mall, so it was like during the weekday, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, mental health really, or I want to say God really saved me. You know, and helped me find my purpose, find my path, which is men's mental health. So that's why I brought these books with me today, which is The Way of the Superior Man, okay? And then we have the New Testament. It's a small one.
How do you read that? It's so small.
So I mean,
That's way too
I got
small for you
glasses
to
in my
read.
bag.
That's insane.
See now, cause I could see what I can see right here.
Listen, I read the Bible too. I have it on my phone. I have like an app. So if you want me to send you the app
Nope.
to read, that would be amazing. You're gonna need glasses times 10 after trying to see
Listen,
that.
for those who use,
And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like,
for
it's
those who
literally
use
tiny.
an app for the Bible. Listen, it's one thing to look at a screen and read the words, but it's another to actually feel the texture.
I agree with you.
Of the pages. You know what I mean? To hear that, you know? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like anything I read, I'd rather have it in physical form.
Yeah.
I tried reading audio, or not audio, but also on the phone, and it's just like it takes away from the experience, in my opinion. You know,
I understand.
Especially with the Bible.
Yeah.
Because you're having a conversation, you know, with the Lord, so it's like that connection. You gotta just make that connection as strong as possible.
Yeah.
You know, if I could read the Bible with my eyes closed, I would.
Good to know.
I would.
What's something you wish people understood more about what you've been through?
Just because I'm smiling and my energy is high does not mean I won't uppercut you. Like, people misinterpret, okay, Jay Quick is a happy guy, he's smiling, he's very uplifting, you know, he's pushing positivity, men's mental health, all this, you know, but people still feel like they can try me, and if they feel like they don't have to respect me in a sense, you know, and it's just so much that you can let slide.
Yeah.
And especially with people that you really know, you know. So
have you ever been in a fight?
Yeah. Not like going around fighting people, you know. I'm not a wild boy, but like I wrestled as well, so that
okay.
counts.
That's
you
cool.
know, physical, you know. But fist fighting outside, yeah, a couple of altercations, but nothing that was I'm looking for an issue. Or no crash out moments, because that's what I'm saying. Men's mental health, like you have to learn emotional intelligence.
Right.
Sometimes there are demons that just want to fight you just to fight you and just bother you. I kill them with kindness. I'm happy, you know. I'm gonna continue to be kind with you, but that's what I'm saying. There's a certain threshold that if you pass, then it's like, okay, I've been through a lot. I've been through too much for this to keep on going. Like. You're gonna understand who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just all it is. That's why when I tell you, when you walk into a room, don't swing on people, but definitely hold yourself with that weight, because you've been through a lot, you've done a lot, you have value. You know what I mean? So definitely remember that.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's harder for you to open up to people around you, or do you feel like people don't really understand what you're going through, what you've been through?
I feel like now, and I actually spoken with somebody I just met. Like how you said earlier, like I'm just meeting these people, I'm connecting, like I'm just meeting these people, and I'm connecting way deeper with these people than I have been with other people that I've grown up with, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that it doesn't matter how long I've known you, it just matters about like the things you say. You test the temperatures. You don't give everybody everything, you know what I mean? There's certain things I always withhold, you know, I don't tell everybody everything, but I do say things here and there. I see the feedback, you know, I see your reaction. I read your facial expressions, things like that, micro expressions. So if I'm talking and maybe you're seeming like a little disinterested in this topic, or maybe you're not really like just looking around, maybe like, or your body language is a little bit turned, you know, so I'll probably talk about something else, or I'll calm the conversation down, you know, something like that, you know, because it's not that hard for me to read people, you know. So that's why, like I said, I don't just go off just saying everything to everybody, but if we do happen to have that connection and you're reciprocating it back, then I know we can have a deeper conversation.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever spoke with a therapist or anything? Counseling? No?
No, I wanted to see a therapist. I actually told Adan to have me see a therapist before the incident happened, for the bus accident.
Oh, so you knew him prior to the lawsuit?
No, after the lawsuit.
Oh, okay,
so because it was like I didn't know how bad things were until probably like a week after the bus
It
accident.
traumatizes you.
Exactly.
For sure.
So I'm hearing, I don't know if you know those, like the steam that gets released from trucks and buses and stuff. So that would like give me a little panic attack.
Yeah.
You know, or when the bus would pass me, If I'm standing a little too close to the sidewalk, I'd feel a little attack. So I had to figure out how to work through that, you know, but I still feel like I should need a therapist. Because therapy, I recommend therapy for everybody. Even though you don't feel like that person doesn't understand you, it's like just getting it out. You have to say things in order to change things. You can't really hold it in and expect for anything to change. But like, it's really that simple. Like you could just say it, and then you might just feel a little bit better that you got it out. You might realize certain things that you didn't realize before, but it's hard to realize it when it's trapped in your mind. You know, you got to really see it, you know?
Yeah. I feel like therapy is tricky because you don't always connect with the therapist at first. Right. And for me personally, I was forced to do counseling in middle school. So that kind of like...
Forced?
Yeah.
Why were you forced, Kelly? What happened?
Well, I got bullied a lot, and I was also like, I had a lot of childhood trauma. So I told one of my close friends that I wanted to kill myself.
Oh, yeah, so that'll do it.
And they told the counselor, like, my friend is trying to
Good friend.
Yeah.
Good friend.
Yeah. He was like, my friend is trying to kill herself. And they made me literally go to counseling every day. They took me out of class, a period, like, I don't know, like twice a week or whatever. Okay. But the counselor that I had... she wasn't great. I mean, like, you're dealing with children, so I understand. I was probably like 12 at the time, but I was also actively self-harming. So what kind of like rubbed me the wrong way is that she would be like, oh, like, why do you self-harm? Like, how does it feel? Like, does it feel good to you? And like, I felt like she was kind of like mocking me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's just like a rebellious teenager mind, but I've never went to counseling or therapy since.
Okay, but see, now that you're an adult, you can see that was kind of like a teenage rebellious type of thinking.
Yeah.
Because I asked my not individuals, I work with elementary school boys, so I asked them the same questions. It's like I really asked them though, but they don't get that I'm really asking them a question. They think I'm trying to be funny or I have an attitude. Right. But I have to tell them like, no, I'm really asking you, like, what made you do? Like, I want to know, like, why did you do this? What was going through your mind? So like, it can help me in the future, or we can try to discuss a solution, you know, because one of my kids, he has ADHD, right? So we have like a group of kids. We're trying to I'm teaching them exercises. I was a Zumba instructor, so I was teaching them how to count beats per measure, and then that was helping them do movements as well. So hand-eye coordination, stuff like that, right? Or body coordination. So the individual, he was right in front of me. He was the first person in front of me, and he was, I'm saying, jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3. He's going like fast. And then it was kind of messing up everybody else. So I didn't get angry or anything, but I really was like, hey, like, I'm gonna have to have you sit in the cafeteria.
Was he doing it on purpose?
Yeah, he was doing it on purpose. He was trying to be the funny guy. You know? And when I was talking with him, he was making like a weird funny face. Like I'm saying, the respect level wasn't really there. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, you know, I'm gonna have to have you sit out, okay, and go to the cafeteria. And he was like, no. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm serious. Like, you have to go. He was like, are you serious? Like, because he really thought I was joking. Because I guess with his parents or any other counselor that was trying to talk to him, they would give, I wouldn't say a threat, but like, you know, they would say, oh, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. And then it wouldn't happen though. You know, so then he just thinks, oh, it's not serious. So I could just keep going. Yeah. So if I would have told him, no, I'm not serious, then he would have probably calmed down for a second. And then kept going. So then I'm like, no, I'm serious. Please go to the cafeteria. He went, sat there for a while. I spoke with him, and we had a good conversation. He explains, I have ADHD. I said, okay, so let's do this. Next time you have a spark or you feel like you can't contain yourself, just let me know. We can do something extra on the side. Yeah. It's just that everybody else was doing the same thing, and you were messing them up, you know? So I don't want them to blame you. You know, kind of just, you know, it's psychology. You know, that's all it is. Definitely. So it's just, you got to just find that medium.
I love that, yeah. You know, it's always the kids that act out that have problems at home and stuff. Yeah. So getting older, I kind of saw the pattern and realized, because I used to work in a school too. Okay. So I always have. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I worked in after school for middle school. And I've noticed that pattern too. And like, you kind of feel bad. Like they're being disruptive and they're being rude, but it's like, you know, it comes from somewhere. Right.
Right, exactly. And honestly, one of my counselors saw the same child outside with his parents, jumping around, climbing tables. The parents were just talking with their friends. But then when the child saw my counselor, stopped, walked up to him, said hello, and just relaxed. You know, he didn't act how he was acting with his parents. He acted how he acted with us in school, which is, you know, it's weird.
How was your mental health when you were in school?
When I was in school, when I was younger period, let's just go there. Because when I was in school, I was younger, and that's when I was still the same old me, trying to change. But I would say, okay, college or high school?
Like, were you struggling mentally when you were like in middle school? Did you ever get bullied? Anything like that?
Oh, you want to go back there? Let me get a drink of water real quick. You want to bring up trauma? All right, okay. Hold on, guys. We gotta prepare for this. I haven't spoken about anything. Okay, elementary, kindergarten. Yeah, let's go kindergarten. Okay, so my brother's 10 years older than me, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm 4, how old is he?
14.
Okay, so he's 14. Right? When you're like 12, 13, you start to get older, go through puberty, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, okay? But I'm 4, right? So I'm just receptive to everything. So the last I remember having a girlfriend, okay, yeah.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 4.
4?
Yes.
You had a girlfriend at 4?
Yes. Her name was Samantha.
I'm dead.
She was Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew myself back then. But anyway, I had a girlfriend. I saw that, by the way. I had a girlfriend. Yeah, she thinks my sunglasses so I can't see. But yeah, girlfriend, we were cool. I was a bully. As well.
Oh, you were the bully in school.
I was a bully. I feel like it was because...
Wait, you bullied people at 4?
Yeah, it was one kid, just one. And I think it was because it was only in the morning too. Like I don't know. Why do I remember this? Because this was a character building moment for myself.
Okay.
Because I remember.
And was your brother a bully too? Maybe you saw him bully other people?
Me.
So you just...
He bullied me.
Oh, he bullied you and that's why you were the bully.
Kid.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Yeah.
It happens like that.
Yeah.
You know, so every morning I needed to see this kid because if I didn't see this kid, I didn't know how to release my anger. I needed to see this kid.
Got you.
And it wasn't like anger. Like I wasn't like, probably just crack a few jokes, maybe push him around a little bit. Little brother shit. Because I'm the youngest. So like all the little brother shit was happening to me.
Yeah.
So like I'm learning this and bringing it to school. You know what I mean? But he was helpless and I feel so bad. So I'm so sorry for you, kid, if you're out there. Little
Do you remember
Bill.
his name?
Little Bill. Nah, he looked like Little Bill though, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Little black kid, yeah, like a little bald. Yeah, he wasn't no cancer. I don't do that. I don't do that. But he did have the buzz cut. We was all getting licenses when we was kids. You know that. Your mom was saying go to the barbershop. She did not want to pay for no designs, no nothing. You getting cut off. Why? Because to grow back, so it can take a while to grow back. So that way it can space out the cuts. So she has to keep paying for the cuts. I was when I got to like 5, the next year maybe I started getting designs. Yeah, I love designs. But back to the topic, men's mental health. So that was kindergarten. I tried to be big honcho. Then I got to elementary school, became a kid. Started more like Power Rangers, Imagination Land. I was very, very imaginative.
What about middle school?
Oh no, elementary school is bad. I'm telling you, Kelly.
Were you
there's a lot of character building.
You were a menace?
Like canon moments, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of canon moments. There's a lot of other moments I'm not talking about, but I'm just gonna talk about the ones that really matter. Mm-hmm. So now in elementary school, real brief, I started becoming myself a little bit. Like I said, my brother's 10 years older than me, so whatever he was doing, I was kind of doing it just on a kid level. So I'm becoming like damn near Jay Quick. But some kid, right, I'm feeling myself. I think I'm the shit. I'm in elementary school. Why do I think this? I don't know. I just think I'm the shit, right? Handsome. I guess older ladies was calling me handsome and shit. Yeah, that's when it started. Facts.
Okay. Interesting.
That's when it started. Some one of my best friends at the time who lived in the same projects as me, and I do not talk to him at all because of this very situation. He called me conceited.
Oh.
I didn't know what this word meant at all. Like, I didn't know what it meant. How are we in the playground? We're chilling. I don't even know what I did for him to call me this. And you just like, oh, you're conceited. I'm like, what? I'm like, go home. I'm looking it up. Ma, somebody call me conceited. I look it up. He's like, oh, you're full of yourself. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is what he thinks of me? And I'm like, damn. And that fucked me up for the whole rest of my life. For like,
what?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Is that why you carry yourself so humbly?
Yeah. Yeah.
You do. I think you carry yourself humbly.
Thank you. Yeah,
I think you're humble.
I think it could have been crazy. I think I could have been way worse.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I could have been way worse. There's a lot of people out there that are way worse. I'm not gonna name names, but you know.
No, you're right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he called me conceited. That woke me up out of the Matrix. I'm like, okay, kid, no more Kid Land, no more Power Rangers. I'm done playing with this kid. That's a fact. He's not my friend. Like, what? Yeah, that was over. So then, boom. Now we're in middle school. Middle school, bullied.
You got bullied?
Bullied. Yeah, I was getting bullied.
Got bullied.
Yeah, bullied bad.
I got bullied in middle school too, really bad.
That's
too.
really started there.
Damn.
Like, I started singing in elementary school, so I felt like I was a shit. Came in middle school, could sing. Like, what? Who can stop me? I could sing, I could write poetry, I could dance. I'm lit. But then there were sports.
Oh, and
I didn't really play sports like that. Or watch them, or play games. So, Xbox, PlayStation. I wasn't good. I had a Wii, though. I can get
Me
down.
too.
I can get down the Wii.
I loved Wii.
But Xbox, PlayStation, I'm getting smoked in 2K. Madden, I didn't play. 2K, I didn't play. Any of those sports games, I wasn't cool. So I didn't click with a lot of kids my age.
And the kids thought that you were weird because you liked music and sang and everything, right?
Yeah. Did they? Yeah, LGBT crew community, I'm cool with y'all. But yeah, so they thought I was gay, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, do I gotta stop? But then I'm like, okay, my brother's 10 years older than me. I'm seeing what he's doing. He's a musician now. He's rapping. He's been rapping since high school. I'm a singer. It's not better than rapping, but it's more romanticized. Started writing poetry. Started writing poetry to my friends that were girls. They loved them. Started writing poetry to the crushes. Then I'm like, okay, what if I had a melody to this? And then that kind of helped me with the songwriting. So that's how that worked out. But the bullying and the men's mental health, that kind of still kind of brought me back. So I got the outlet, right? I found the outlet now, but motherfuckers are still trying to make fun of me. So now, how can we find a common ground? So why are they making fun of me, right? I think it was just because I was doing something that they couldn't or didn't know how to do.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So then I just started doing things that they could do, like sports and stuff. And I started becoming good. So
what sports did you play? Basketball?
Basketball, yeah. So that's what middle school, because they had like a basketball team or something. And then also with the YMCA, they have a thing called the Junior Knicks. I'm not sure if they still have it, but the Junior Knicks was a league for middle school students. And then you can go and join a team, and then you can play with kids. I met some kids actually.
Did you actually like basketball, or you were just doing it because like to fit in?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, dang. Did I like basketball?
You definitely
I
didn't.
like scoring. I like being good at basketball. I like being good at anything. You know, I don't like not being good at stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of just how that was. Like, if it's like a question like do I like basketball versus do I like golf? Like, I like basketball. But yeah, I'll play basketball. I'll definitely play a pickup game.
But it wasn't your passion.
I didn't know what my passion was back then, honestly. I was finding myself still. So that was kind of like, can I play basketball? I also had asthma too.
Oh.
So that was kind of like, can I do it? You know, and also going into high school. So it's like, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
I tried to play football again, but I didn't sign up for the Staten Island Boys Football League in time, which was in 8th or 7th grade. And then that was that. So I just played in high school when I first started.
Interesting.
But for the men's mental health part of middle school, I would say that my best friend at the time, At the time, I'm not gonna say your name, motherfucker, but you definitely for me, definitely helped me kickstart Jay Quick for me, because I was the bro Jay.
Okay.
I was
you were just Jay.
I was the bro. No.
Oh, the bro Jay.
Bro Jay.
That was your name?
That's the bro Jay. That's the bro Jay. Who is that? That's the bro Jay. I might actually make a sub account called the bro Jay. Don't steal that. But yeah, so Jay Quick came in high school because somebody already had the bro Jay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Shout out to E-Banks. You can get shouted out. But yeah, he was the bro Jay at the time. That was his gamer tag. I had to change mine.
Interesting.
Can't be two the bro Jays. So
Right.
Jay Quick.
Were you mad about that?
A little bit, but then it kind of made me kind of Jay Quick. No one else can be Jay Quick. That's my name.
No, you're right. You're right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of helped. So shout out to that individual. And that leads me to say this. You have to find people in your circle, or not even in your circle, just connect with people, and you won't even believe how they can just light you up, bro. Like, you could be down, you could be a whole dark cloud, but you meet somebody else and they just bring the sun out, you know, and then the sun just stays out forever because you found the blueprint on how to just keep being joyful and grateful and thankful for everything in this life. Simple.
True.
You know?
If you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
Bro. It's gonna be don't listen to the critics. Like, don't listen to them, bro. Like, don't. Brother that called you conceited. Brother that downplayed you on the football. Brother that downplayed you on the basketball. Brother that said you couldn't dance. Like, you were able to do all these things. And because I listened to these people, I relaxed on these things. But now it's kind of all coming back. You know, I feel like, oh, one more thing, brother. One more thing, young Jay Quick, brother. One more thing, bro. Find this book right here. The Way of the Superior Man. Definitely grab this from your local Barnes and Nobles. My life is a movie. Yo, shout out to Starter, man. He's in Thailand right now. Feel me? Living the dream, living the rapper dream. But you know, every day, our life is a movie.
Yep. And also, I did film an episode with Starda. I'll link that down below. He was great.
Definitely got to catch that.
I miss him. How's he doing?
How's he doing? Man, I'm not going to say he's doing the best. Man's mental health.
It's hard being away, I know.
Yeah, his mental health is getting to him. I'm not going to lie. Like, being away, and especially, like, this is not his first time in Thailand. And he's been there already over 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
So it's like...
But he can't come home?
He can. Yeah, he can. It's just, no.
It's so expensive.
It's work. No, it's work.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
He's out there getting work done. People think he's out there just vacationing. Like, no, he's getting work done every single day.
Yeah.
He has 10-hour shoot days.
Those
like,
flights are dumb expensive,
then,
too. $3,000.
$3,000, 24 hours, damn near.
Oh, hell no.
And he's a tall gentleman as well. He's over 6 foot. So, like, those airplane seats, they can't really hold that, man. He has to get the other, like, I'm telling you, that rapping lifestyle, he got a good budget, man. He be getting the planes with the beds, just chilling.
You can't go over there and stay with him?
Well, I'm like...
Because you're on disability right now, no?
No, I'm not. It's more so men's mental health type of thing, right? So I would say for women, you become women sooner than men become men, depending on the situation, right? So for me, I am, like I said, I'm the youngest out of all my siblings. So I'm still considered the baby, or looked at as the baby. So even though, like, I could still do what I'm doing now, but some people believe that I can't do the next step, you know. But when I get my settlement, I like to do, I'm very independent. So when I get my money, when I get my thing situation, I have my passport. So when I can move myself, I'm gone instantly. Yeah. Because who can really tell me no? Mm-hmm. You know, they can't. So it's like, yeah, I love that freedom. That's why I got my tripod, I got my camera, like walking around. You know, I'm of age, I can get into places now. So it's like, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I definitely want to start traveling more.
Yeah.
But How do you motivate yourself when you're feeling down?
See, and that ties in what I was saying before, how you gotta have that nice circle, that just kickstarts you, and then you find the blueprint. So this just happened like 4 days ago. I found my man. Shout out to Dino, my boy Dino, the plug Dino. For me, I found him, got connected. We're the same age. For me, I thought he was older. He thought I was younger, and it was just the energy. It was the vibe. But we were the same age, and then we just clicked. Like we were outside, just moving around, connecting with other people, meeting new people. For me, and it's just you have to keep. It's like you have to keep your eyes open, and yourself grounded. Like if you know who you are, no one can really sway you. You know, I know who I am.
Right.
So like if I meet you and it's like I don't know. It's weird how to explain it, but for myself, if I'm feeling down, I kind of just I need the sun. I find that I'm more down when I don't get outside when the sun's up.
And seasonal depression is a real thing.
Very much so. Very much
Yeah.
so. I don't have that book on me, but I do have
Oh my God, you have a book for that too?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my notes. Ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 small notebooks. One's black, one's white, and both of them have a lot of information about a lot of things. How to start a business, how to start an LLC, how to invest, how to pray, how to play the piano, how to play the guitar, everything is in these little books. So if I ever lose these books, I'm gonna be very upset.
That's
But
amazing.
in the books, right, it talks about how. Go back to your question again. I just went on a tangent. Could brought me to my little black books.
What was the question?
I'm usually very good at going back,
I don't remember
diving
what the
back.
question was.
but my little black books got me excited.
I think it was how do you motivate yourself, right?
Yes, how do I motivate myself? I need the sun. Seasonal depression.
Oh yeah.
See, I told y'all, Jay Quick. For me, seasonal depression. So with men, seasonal depression really kicks in around wintertime. And it's because...
With everyone though.
With everyone, but mainly the men. And that's really why we have to have this conversation. Because it is everyone, but there's a very big difference between the men and the women. Because, yes, right now, there are statistically a lot of single mother households, right? But if there are 2 parents, right, and living very happily, or even if separation, you know, and the dad is still present and cares, because I know myself, like, it doesn't matter what the situation is. If we have a child together, you know, then I'm going to get gifts for my child, and even you know, it doesn't matter. But it's that if we live together, if everybody lives in the same household, it's bills, it's transportation, if that need be. It's just everything on top of that. And then also work. You know, we got to keep working. Now we got to work extra so we can get extra money depending on our jobs, because right now it's not looking too good for our generation if we don't have like a master's degree in building robots or something. So
Unless
I just dropped a gem, by the way.
But
Huh?
unless you have a business, but yeah.
Oh, we will. Oh no, but that's the thing as well with our generation. I feel like entrepreneurship is the big thing, and the younger generation thinks it's an easy thing, but it's like you're skipping the steps.
Yeah.
You're seeing everybody else make it, but you didn't watch how we watched them grow up. Like DDG, I watched them grow up.
I know
Who
him
else?
too.
Who else? Somebody I just met. Oh, I just met Dina Great. Dina Great's a boxer from Miami. I watched him grow up. Like, I watched a lot of people grow up. I was just talking to another guy, Izzy. He's on TikTok with the long hair, Muslim. He does the delis stuff on TikTok. Izzy, seen him grow up. Now he has his own deli.
Yeah.
So it's like you see all these people, and you just got to get inspired, you know. But definitely don't try to jump the gun, because a lot of people try to skip the steps.
Yeah.
So can't do that.
So what would you say to somebody that's struggling right now?
For somebody that's struggling with men's mental health or mental health period, I would say go outside and just try to sit in nature, silence for at least like 10 minutes. Just start there. You know, I'm not saying go see a therapist. I'm not saying go listen to a mental health podcast or listen to vibrational beats or stuff, because that's what I did. Okay, frequencies definitely help, but if you just go sit in nature, that's Mother Nature's frequency. So you just gotta tap into the frequency and tap into yourself as well.
Yeah.
You know? The world is designed to put you down.
I also feel like it's important to normalize going through ups and downs, because a lot of people think that because people are posting themselves smiling on social media and that their life is so amazing. Social media is literally just a highlight reel of people's best moments. And I feel like people people forget that people do go through ups and downs,
Exactly.
and it's something that is,
But not showing you everything.
yeah, you can't escape from it. And healing also isn't linear. Like, you can feel like you're doing better and that the thing that traumatized you isn't affecting you anymore, and then all of a sudden it hits you again. So that's also something to take into consideration.
I completely agree, because I was just talking to one of my other guys. He's 27, so he's a little older than me, right? But I still try to talk to older people about men's mental health as well. And he was telling me how he wasn't really telling me about a specific situation, but he was just like, like I said, I've seen people at their worst becoming their best. And he was just like, yo, like, no matter how hard I try, like, it's like never enough. Like, I just, like, bad shit just keeps happening. Like, I don't know what's going on. And I had to just tell him, like, and one of my other friends was talking to him too, but I was just telling him, like, it's not really meant for you to understand the why, but like to dwell on the why. If you want to understand the why and try to fix it for the future, then okay. But if it's something that's just like something that just keeps putting you down, or just you're trying to do something and then just something happens, then it's like you can't dwell on why. You just have to see it and then move accordingly, and then try to just become better next time, or try to just see it in a different perspective, because I see negative situations in a different perspective now, because I just figured that if I look at it in one side, I'm gonna just see that one side in everything forever. But once you kind of flip it, and then it's like, okay, I prayed to have peace and to be more happy and welcoming towards my customers. I'm just speaking for myself. So when I go outside and I get dragged by a bus, am I supposed to still be positive and peaceful, or do I go beat up the bus driver? Right?
Yeah.
So then I had to really sit and ask myself, like, you prayed for this. You prayed for peace. So now you just got into a bus accident. Calm down. Don't get angry. Get happy. Because you're okay for the most part. You can still speak, so I called the cops, I called the ambulance, and I just sat down. I just breathed,
Yeah.
But my old self probably would have spazzed out. You're like, what? You trying to drag me to all this extra stuff, not even realizing that I got 2 misaligned discs and a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Because emotions could just really quick emotions can mess up lifetime work and just growth.
Yeah, and you had to let go of the anger that you carried. And sometimes, in order to grow, you have to let go of your old past behaviors or anything. So, have you ever had to let go of something that you loved in order to elevate?
People. Let go of people. A lot of people, a lot of best friends.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I'm somewhat of a hoarder. So I hoard, like, things that I feel like I might need the use for later. But with people, it was like I was hoarding my emotions. I was holding on to the things that felt good, or the moments that were the best, but not realizing that everything was kind of getting worse and worse in time, and it wasn't going to end up where I thought it would by holding on to the best moments, So you got to learn to just let go, whether it's people, objects, vices, things of that nature.
Yep. Yeah, that's good advice. Anything else that you would like to add?
So
What is this?
yeah, you already seen it, right? I was grabbing for it right now. So my boy Adamola, I went to Patrides High School with my boy Adamola. Here, I might have to put it on this side. Shaolin Thoughts. Okay, we over here with it. What's your bow? Nope.
I like that.
Shaolin Thoughts. I got the sweatpants. I got the pants on. It's a tracksuit. So it's a windbreaker tracksuit. So Shaolin Thoughts is a men's mental health period clothing brand for Staten Island, Shaolin. It was created by, like I said, my partner Adamola. So shout out to him. Follow him on Instagram at Shaolin Thoughts. Definitely.
Amazing.
And also, one more thing. I got a couple organizations that I work for. Real quick shout outs. SciPop. Get into with SciPop. That is Staten Island Provider Outreach Project. and their mission is to educate, collect data, and have community engagement. And they have a lot of visions that I'm not really going to get into right now, but it's all on this flyer, and you can contact me to get this flyer and all the other little flyers behind it with the upcoming events. And then Breaking Bread. Breaking Bread is another organization group that we do at PS18 every second Monday. Yes, every second Monday of the month. So we get together, a group of men and some women pull up, and we talk about what we do as individuals, but then also how we can help our community together. So that's that. And then my other associate, Wolf, this says Wolfpack, and then this says Jump to Greatness. So we are going to be having a jump rope. Well, we won't be having the tournament, but there will be a jump rope tournament at Midland Beach later this summer, but we're going to try to get kids and adults geared up for it. So if you don't know how to jump rope, or you do know how to jump rope, come through to the various parks that we will be at throughout the summer to come and support us. So
that's really cool.
Thank you. Jump to Greatness.
And where can my viewers find you?
You can find me on Instagram at JAYQUICKK. I also do Twitch streaming, play little games. I feel like that helps a lot of men's mental health as well, expressing themselves through video games. So we do that on JQuick Live. That is also on Instagram and on Twitch. Only spelled with one K. So that's JAYQUICK Live. Music as well, Apple Music, Spotify. You can go on JAY Space Quick or on YouTube. I have Happy Birthday is out, Breathe with Starta is out, Do or Die is out with Gone Gray. So I got those and a couple more songs on the way, because like I said, men's mental health, that could be transferred into the music, and then music could reach the masses. So
right.
I'm definitely going to use all my skills to be doing that. And as well, also just one last thing, videography. Okay, I started doing videography, interviews, skits, stuff like that. So if you have a business that you're looking to promote, or you have a page that's not really getting too much engagement, come to me or come to Kelly, because she does do media management.
Yeah.
So please come to Kelly or me, and we can definitely help you grow in that aspect.
Yep. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for my listeners, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, listen on Spotify, rate us 5 stars, shop the merch, of course. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you in the next
Bye.
one. Peace.